What are we doing?
Come on, touch. We get this.
Yeah, I didn't. Hold on. Which? Oh, wait. Which? Oh,
It
this.
doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm there.
1, 2, 3. Episode 3 of Drink This Book podcast. Thank you guys for joining us today. I'm your host, Sadie. I have Katie and Miss Dion on the end.
Hi, guys.
Today's book, Stay With Me, by, you gonna have to pronounce that name, I know.
Ayobami. Her name is Ayobami. What's her last name? Oh, Adebayo. Ayobami Adebayo.
Yeah, what she said. 'Cause I'm not gonna try to mess up nobody's name. We're not gonna do that.
Yes, yes.
So to start off, how would you feel in this situation happens to you? What is her name again?
Yejide.
No, that's not how it's pronounced.
Yejide.
It is?
It is.
Okay.
See, I read the book, so I don't have
It's Yejide and Akin.
I don't have the pronunciations in my head.
When they said it fast, it was Yejide.
Yeah, so that's why I was like,
But Yejide.
Yeah, it's Yejide and Akin have been married since they met and fell in love at university. Though many expected Akin to take several wives, he and Yejide have always agreed polygamy is not for them. But for 4 years until their marriage, after consulting fertility doctors and healers, trying strange teas and unlikely cures, Yejide is still not pregnant. She assumes she still has time until her family arrives on her doorstep with a young woman they introduced as Akin's second wife.
Child.
Furious, shocked, and livid with jealousy, Yejide knows the only way to save her marriage is to get pregnant, which finally she does, but at a cost far greater than she could have dared to imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
y'all
What
gonna have to read this book. I don't know.
What the whole?
What the whole?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. WTF ain't.
That's not.
enough.
That ain't it. That's not
Not
it.
enough for this book. Like, it's a short read.
Very short. Like,
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. If I was married to a king, I probably would have. I can't say that. I would have punched him
a lot.
a lot. Matter of fact, what he did to his brother, I would have did worse.
Okay. So here we go. I'm always the one on the
Yes, you are.
You are.
other side of you guys, but I get him. I understood at the beginning what he was doing for his wife. He did it out of love. He did it out of compassion for her because he saw what she was going through. So no, it wasn't the wisest thing to do.
No.
But he wasn't thinking. He was irrational. I just don't want her to hurt anymore.
Right.
I want to help her. I want to fix this. And that's how he thought he was fixing it.
So my question
But he made it
is,
worse.
why you didn't have that conversation with her before you said I do?
No, well,
Okay, let me say this. For once, I am almost with you. I'm almost.
Or at some point
almost
in the
with you.
marriage.
I feel like in the beginning he didn't know. That's why he kept taking all those trips to go and find a specialist and go and find help for his problem.
what you mean he didn't know what?
Hard.
Well, he knew, but he didn't know how to fix the problem. He was doing everything in his power to fix it, but going to his brother and asking his brother for help was his last resort because he saw his wife decline and he saw her going crazy because she didn't understand why she couldn't get pregnant.
The doctors
So,
were telling her nothing's wrong.
bro, she getting an inflated belly and it's all in her head. So at that point, he was like, I
Y'all
have
know
to
that's a
do
true thing, though.
Yeah.
Medical wise,
Yeah,
that is a true thing.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Yeah.
But he failed at not communicating
He
with his
did.
wife. That was the
Communication
number
was a
one
big
failure. He
failure.
failed there because he
like
didn't
the
talk to
brother
his
said,
wife.
If you would have just told her, I think she would have went along
Right.
with that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
it would have been a secret between the three of them.
Right.
Because nobody else knew. It still was a secret only between the three of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And the doctors, of course.
Of course,
But,
yeah.
Other than that, yeah. Like, why didn't you talk to your wife?
That's all he had to do. That's it.
He kept so many secrets.
Yeah.
And they started their relationship out talking to each other, though.
And
You know, that's the whole
crazy
thing.
But like she said, he had a way of making you feel like you knew about him.
And knew nothing.
She was doing all the talking, and she honestly didn't know about him because he had a way of making you feel like I'm telling you everything I need you to know about me. But basically, she was really doing all the talking.
I know someone like that.
Yeah.
But I know someone like that.
Which is why we have the drink that we have today.
Ooh, tell us about it.
So today this is called Deep Island Tea. This is a remix of a Long Island iced tea. For me, Long Islands represent the first starter drink. He wasn't a drinker in this book. He eventually became
Right.
somewhat
Like
of
he
a
drank
drinker.
beer.
The stress.
Yeah.
The stress he was under.
Stuff like that.
The whole boy was stressing.
Long Island is usually, when I was a bartender, Long Island was the number one drink choice for people who
Starting
just wanted
out,
to
yeah.
get drunk, having issues, be like, you know what, just
Just give me a Long Island.
You know,
Yeah.
but this
Because you wanted to get to the point
Quickly.
really fast.
Right.
So you drunk a Long Island.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. And so this, which is called, I call it a Deep Island Tea. You will not find this recipe online unless it's just a similar drink to something.
And is it deep because the book was deep?
The
book was
I
deep.
mean,
And I had to
it's
remix
befitting.
it. So normally with Long Island, you have your 4 alkies. You have your gin, your tequila, your vodka, and your rum. In this particular drink, I did vodka, gin, tequila. And instead of doing it with a splash of Coke and all of that, like you normally do it with a Long Island, I actually brewed hibiscus tea and green tea together.
Brewed tea.
Yeah, you know. I was like, it's tea. It has to have tea. That's the only thing I've ever had an issue with Long Island.
Because there's no tea in it. Right.
So with this drink, I made a tea with real hibiscus, little leaf, you know.
Hibiscus is one of my favorites.
I love
It really
hibiscus.
is.
I have 2 hibiscus trees.
Yeah.
Oh,
In my
Oh, you
backyard.
do?
how fancy are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I still-
Interesting.
Yeah. And so triple sec, a splash of lime. So with the brewed tea, so it's hibiscus, green tea brewed together, mixed with honey to add a little bit of a sweet taste to it.
Okay.
Topped with Welch's sparkling rosé, like a little swirl of syrup and grenadine, just to give it that last little bit of a.
Okay.
Okay. I like it.
And we also have our candles going. We got a mood this time.
Oh, yes.
We set the mood.
We got a
Yes,
mood.
it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
I have to have a vibe when I'm reading. I have to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to have either some cozy socks on, a blanket, a candle burning, some type of drink.
Fancy bonnet.
You know, of course.
Hey.
Well, it
I
depends.
Her bonnets are fancy.
Oh, I have to be comfortable when I'm reading my book, you know, because a lot of times majority of the time, I'm there. I'm in the book. You know, I'm in the sand. If they're in the sand with them, if they're in the snow, I'm in the snow. You know, if in the grocery store, I'm in the grocery store. You know, so I just want to be comfortable so I can dive into the book.
It's called immersive reading is what you're doing. You immersed in the literature. You're immersed in the storytelling. You're
Sometimes I feel like I want to be the pages.
You know what? Okay, so let me ask you this question. When y'all read, do y'all visualize yourselves being in the room?
Sure.
Of course.
I'm watching it like a movie.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, girl, I am a
Okay, so I know this is off track or whatever, but so when I'm reading my book and I'm there in the room with them, and especially if I'm taking a moment, like I'm using my lunch break or something like that, and when I start talking to the book, my coworker, she's all like, "Huh, what you say?" And I'm like, "I'm talking to the book," you know. And then she looks at me and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she started doing something else. You know, like, I wonder if she okay. I know.
Right.
I'm like, I don't think she's okay. You know.
She's talking to herself about a book. Yeah. So tell us about the candle. What scent are we working with today?
So today we're doing, because I felt like Yejide. I read Yejide. See, I page turned, so I made my own pronunciations. You know, so excuse me. You know,
I was like, all right.
yeah. So by me page turning, I had my own pronunciations. I do try to correct myself sometimes with them. I listen to what you. This candle here, it's a cozy moment. I felt like she needed that. You know, she didn't have that. There was not one time in that book that she had a moment to just oh, I feel good, I feel great, you know,
Right.
and I'm relaxed and I'm okay, you know.
She was always fighting for something.
Yeah.
Fighting to
So-
be heard by her stepmother,
Yes.
fighting to be loved by her daddy,
Yes.
fighting for everybody's attention, fighting to have a baby.
Yes, yes. It never happened for her.
Yeah.
So this candle is in honor of Yejide, a cozy moment. So
I like it.
yeah, I hope you guys
Set
like
the
it.
mood. I do. I like it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about the author for a minute. So again, her name is Ayobami Adebayo. She was born in Nigeria and has an educational background. She holds a BA and an MA degrees in literature and English from Obafemi University. She also has an MA in creative writing from the University of East Anglia, where she was awarded an international bursary for creative writing. She has stories that have appeared in numerous magazines and anthologies, and one was highly commented in 2009 in the Commonwealth Short Story Competition. Ayobami has been the recipient of fellowships and residencies from Leading House, Hedgebrook, Threads, Betty Hills, and Oxbow. And this, y'all, is her very first debut novel.
It is. It is.
So
She
I was
came out
blown away.
swinging.
She
Yeah.
came out
She
swinging.
came out
I
swinging.
was blown away.
She came out swinging.
Yeah.
These debut books now.
Now, these
Yeah.
debut books is debuting.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. They are.
When a book has the ability to start off at a climax and it swoops you in,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it did. Like we walked in on her family coming in and be like,
This is the second one.
this is what's happening. You ain't doing your womanly duties. Here's his new wife.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with
Yeah.
it. And I'm
And
like,
can we talk about how, from Yejide's point of view, you were giving the story from Akin and Yejide's point of view chronologically of their relationship, starting from the family meeting,
right.
and then we would have flashbacks of Yejide as she's going through her story from chronologically,
yeah.
from childhood all the way up to her adulthood. But when it came to Akin, it was told backwards. In descending
Yes.
order.
Right.
Yes.
I appreciated that. 'Cause
That's
it
the
left
creativity of this
that's
author.
the creativity.
Yes.
That's very
'cause
Yes.
it left you on your toes. You was like, okay, well,
Yes.
Explain why this happened here, but
Yeah.
then
Yes.
he's explained it from his point. This happened from here, so you kind of your
Yes.
stories is kind of coming together
Yes.
and
Right.
overlapping it. Yeah.
yeah, it was a very good read. I think
It's a
I
good
read this
read.
in a day.
It was a good read.
Yeah.
During
Did
a day
you?
and a half. Yeah, you know I like. to
Yeah,
read
she
this
when
fast.
she get into it, she into it. It didn't take me long either. I think it was maybe like 2 or 3 days, and that's just because I was stopping to do other stuff. But I would always be ready to get right back in.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, because I want to get to the next. I want to know what happened
right,
next.
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
which
wanted
is
to know
true.
what happened.
Yeah. It kept you wanting more.
It
did.
did.
Right. My heart was breaking by chapter 3 for real. Like literal heartache. I was like, I don't know how to feel.
The
Yeah.
first
Like-
Yeah.
pregnancy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
before the pregnancies. I'm talking about when she was literally
when she was little.
losing from going from little to losing her mind. Nobody's telling her why she can't get pregnant. Nothing seems to be wrong. She's getting tested by all these doctors and all these
Right.
specialists, and nothing is wrong with her. But yet she cannot. And this is like the one thing she wants. Because of her childhood, this is the one thing. She didn't have a great childhood, so she wanted to create
So
a
that's where my
childhood.
heart was breaking at
Yeah.
for her,
Yeah.
right on that part when how her stepmothers treated her.
Right.
You know,
Right.
now their culture is to have multiple wives and,
And the first
whatnot.
wife is the most
And-
important.
Important.
Right. And
the
then
leader.
you would think that by them having other children that they was going to nurture her too. No. I'm not sure if that's the true cultural
Right.
aspect or whatever, but that is kind of cruel to have
Yeah.
that many mothers and wives in a home and not
nobody.
nurture one child
Because
who was
I-
motherless.
I didn't feel it, but I felt it when she said, I knew they didn't love me because none of the punishments were follow throughs.
Right.
There were just only threats.
Right.
And I was like, dang.
Right.
Nobody followed
Right.
through.
So I could just basically
Nobody-
do what I
Whatever.
want to do.
Because
You know.
that shows you we really don't care about you, so we don't care what
Right.
happens. We
And
don't
the
care about
jabs
it.
that they
Right.
kept taking.
Right.
Right.
Every
Right.
time she saw them, even when she was an adult, and she went back to the marketplace, and she ran into one of her moms, and she was like, "Oh, you don't come see nobody." I would have told her,
"Why would I come see you, ma'am?
Why would I come see you?"
Yeah.
Why would I come see you?
It was simple things as if they were reading stories to their own children. They wouldn't even include her. She
Right.
had to literally hide on the side of the door and to sneak and listen just to a bedtime story.
Right.
You know, so that's where I started aching there. You
Right.
know.
But I felt like the church scene.
Yeah.
Where she went to church and they
And
had
they
to
kept-
sing
yeah.
the song
Oh my gosh.
for the mothers, and she broke down.
Yeah.
That should have been a sign right there for the other mothers to step in. Oh, she's
No.
really hurting.
They were selfish.
Or
They were
or
selfish.
the funeral scene where her and Akin went to the funeral, and every time they would come, the other mothers would jump to the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Show
They didn't
the
want to have anything
separation,
to-
like
yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
are not with us.
We
You are
don't-
not a part of us.
Right.
Why they keep moving?
Why are they moving?
They gonna move again.
They're gonna do it. Yeah, so don't even worry about it. You know. Yeah, that's why I was.
And
That's what
another
bothered
thing I
me.
found interesting about the family dynamic, because her mother didn't have a for sure. Well, they didn't know her mom's lineage. So because they didn't know her mom's lineage, she was a nomad. Because they didn't know that, they treated her like that.
Yeah.
You would think because her mom is gone, her mom passed away, had given birth to her. You would think they would have wrapped their arms around her, but the total opposite happened. So I found that very interesting too. I'm like, this child needs y'all, and this is how y'all treat her.
Right.
You know,
It was heartbreaking,
yeah,
but still good.
Still good.
still very good.
Still very good. It was a short read, but
A lot
plenty
happened.
About to go over. Let me get a shout out to newbookrecommendation.com because they broke this book down in a way that it was perfection, pretty much. So she's gonna go through. Katie's gonna go through and talk about some of the synopsis and plot, as well as Dion as well. They're going to go through and talk about the marriage and tradition, the weight of expectation, consequences of revelation, the strain of love and loss, emotional complexity and heartbreak. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In this little
it was. It was. So we got marriage and tradition. You know, Yejide and Akin, you know, have a strong love that blossom in university. I love that. You know,
Yeah.
I think it was kind of strange though. It was kind of cold. Now y'all tell me this if this was cold or not. What that was cold. That was
But-
cold.
He broke
For them
it
to
up.
Tell you
be
something.
Yes.
When you know, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
When you know, you know. And he knew old girl at the movies wasn't it.
He didn't even know her name.
Baby, if he can't remember her name,
Saw her,
he knew. As soon as he saw her at the movies, he was like, "That's it.
Since
That's
he saw
her."
Yejide,
Right, like-
Yejide, that was it.
He was
That
like,
was that's
whatever
it. That's
her
she the
name
one.
is, he's like-
oh girl, you can get home. Bye. It was nice
But
meeting
when he
you.
said, when she asked him, she's like, "But what about your girlfriend?" Well, she gonna know she's not my girlfriend in a minute anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Player, boy."
Okay.
What? Oh, okay. But like you said, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So their
Because
marriage.
she didn't even recognize. She didn't even know. She looked at her own day and was like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He watched her the whole time in the movie.
She watched him.
And from the book description, he had to been doing this. This his date. He had to been doing this.
Right.
Both
The whole
of them.
time.
Okay.
Both of them doing
Yes.
this the whole
So,
time.
Right.
baby.
Hey.
Look, bless both of them dates, little hearts.
I would have got my purse and I was gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Cause you ain't finna be looking over me and
see
no other
somebody
female.
else.
No, no.
Well, when you know,
But
you
that's
know.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and he knew.
Yeah. Their marriage becomes a battleground as cultural expectations clash. In Nigeria, the pressure to bear children looms large, especially on women. Familiar pressure escalates when Akin's family brings home Funmi. Ooh, yes.
Let me tell you
Fumi,
something.
Fumi.
Fumi got drugged through when she showed up at the shop.
Yeah, well, you can't. It was because it was the nice, nasty thing, like in public.
She
I'm
was
gonna be real nice
very,
to you, but
very
I'm
nice,
really,
nasty.
I'm really trying to show you up. I'm really trying to show you because I'm the second wife, and
Auntie,
obviously there's something you
I
can
love
do.
you, Auntie. You know, what
First
can
of all,
I do to
you're not coming in my house calling me auntie. That's number one. You came
Number
here.
2, don't come to my job.
Right.
Showed
And
up.
She looked at Fumi
Showed
like,
up,
You ain't got a job.
knocked on them. Hey, how y'all doing? you
And
know,
for Fumi to respond, our husband take real good care of
of us. So now you exposing my business in front of my customers.
Clients. Ooh,
Yes.
y'all.
Can I
You
tell
exposing
y'all
my
the
business.
funniest part with Fumi to me was when when the thugs took over and they were shooting. And yesterday, baby, he cowered over yesterday. And Philly like, what about me? What about me? He was like, Sal, you all right?
Picture it. They in a room. They shooting. Bang, 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 bang. He all huddled up, covered up his wife. Poor little Fumi sitting over there on the floor by herself, looking at them.
Huddled together. Yeah. And he like, Grab, be quiet. Just be quiet. You'll be all right. If you're not going to be all right, you're going to be all right. Funniest part. Okay.
Yeah. That was. I had to chuckle at that point. That truly was. But for me, a young woman designated to be Akin's second wife. Mm-hmm. That is a thing. They have multiple wives.
Right.
You know, and you gotta be okay with being a
I'm
second,
ask you guys,
a third,
could you guys
a fourth.
could you guys are the married ladies of the group. I'm single, but you guys are married. Mm-hmm. If your husbands came home with a second wife, how are you responding to
That's
this?
not our culture.
No.
I know it's not your culture, but if it was your culture.
If it was my culture, I would have handled it better than yesterday, because what you're not going to do is blindside me with a second wife.
Right.
That's not what we're not about to do.
Because he knew. He knew that knock was coming.
They had already been married for a month at that point.
Right.
And she looked at him like,
he knew that knock was coming on the door.
Right.
Because
knew.
like she said,
he laid down. He was like, man, it's about to be all
they coming today.
It's coming.
Woo! So, I'm going to stay on up in this room.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that would have went down completely different. I would have said, I'm sorry. All of y'all gotta go, including her, because me and my husband need to have a conversation.
Second favorite part of the book is when she was gonna throw them beans out.
Yes, the beans.
Them beans was rancid. She was gonna throw them beans out.
He came back and said,
baby, she went there and whipped them pops up.
You
gotta be careful.
Right.
You gotta be careful.
Been put up.
Yeah.
3-day-old beans.
You don't want them.
Yeah,
you don't want
baby.
them.
She fed that to that family and Fumi.
And he came back and he said,
how you like me now?
He was like, I know you be happy she's spoiled her dress.
In his car. You know, kind of like he had to go and kind of clean that stuff up, and you know, and then on the side of the road and all that.
That was foreshadowing for that third child.
Right. That's what you get.
That's what you get.
All right. The weight of expectations. As tension rises, Akin grapples with his own thoughts about fatherhood and societal obligations. Meanwhile, Fumi's presence quickly becomes a formidable obstacle in Yejide's quest for motherhood. Yes, this fuels a volatile mix of jealousy and determination in Yejide, highlighting her unwillingness to share the man she loves. So this was the start of her that obsession, because now this woman is in she wasn't in the home, but she knew she was going to eventually be in the home. Yeah. She's a threat to me. And I gotta get pregnant.
House so easy. She's like, well, I can help you.
Yes.
With the pregnancy, you don't have to hire help.
Yes,
I can do it.
Yes.
Oh, but you know what? That's their scene.
Yes.
Staircase conversation.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
But
this started her that quest of going up the mountain. Y'all, could y'all have gone up that mountain carrying a goat that was stubborn as that?
Nope.
No.
Baby.
And that's what I'm saying. The things that she did to
get pregnant.
Like
to satisfy his family.
Right.
She felt like loved her.
Yeah. And then at the end be scammed. It was a scam. You know, she believed that. Yeah. Her mother-in-law believed that. She had so much trust in her mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Moami. Yeah.
Yes.
Moami, yeah.
Because Moami was the first woman that actually treated her like something.
But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it was a front.
It was.
I need you to be a baby maker. Yeah. I need you to keep my lineage going. I need you to help my son, you know, bear these children for him. Mm-hmm. And that's why I like you. That's why I'm going to deal with you. That's why I'm going to treat you the way I treat you.
Dotun,
the little brother of Akin, he had all kind of children. Why wasn't Mama over there stressed out about him? Why was it only she was stressed out about Akin because he was the oldest?
Yeah. He was the oldest.
I was just like, you got grandkids. Leave me alone.
Yes.
The son, the firstborn, that's why they were so even after she had that first girl, she was like, all right, this cool. have your son.
Right.
That was you need to have your son because your son is the one that's going to carry on the family name.
Right.
Your son
Yes.
is the head of the household
Right.
after the father dies.
Right.
Right. The day after Olamide died, the first child, the day after she died, and she said, "I knew that girl I knew she was a wicked child."
Yes.
Mom,
Baby.
it's too fresh. You can't do
My
that.
hand
Mom.
would have been round.
Right, her throat.
Her throat.
Because
Not even the first child, but on the second child, because she was still in the hospital.
Right.
Hold on, wait a minute,
No,
y'all,
she was still in
because
the hospital on the first child when she said
what
that.
she was, but it's the thing when she went there, she wanted to whip the child. She wanted to whip the body.
Yeah,
Again, if that's a
Akin
cultural
was like,
thing,
it's a cultural tradition thing. We not doing
we don't
it.
know. I don't know if that's a thing. No, we're not trying to offend anyone, but to go and whip that baby's body like that, you know, and to leave a mark to see if the baby would come back from the dead, because that was the whole purpose of the whipping, to leave a mark, to see if the child will come back,
Right.
to see if the child will be born again. My correction, to see if the child will be born again and come back as a
spirit.
right, you know, and so
Without the
and
bad
that's
spirit.
again not sure if that's a cult, you know, something real, you know, but that's heavy.
Right, real
To
heavy.
go to a grieving mother and ask her, can you whip your child's body? That's heavy. I can't even imagine
couldn't even
that.
fathom it. No.
Yeah, but that is what started her journey. That obsession.
Right.
You know, and then when they told her when she went up that mountain, oh, when you come down, you're gonna be pregnant. You're gonna be with child. You're already with child. You
Right,
know.
right.
And so
First of all,
mentally,
he was a scam.
it
He
was a
up there
scam.
sleeping with the
It was a
He
scam.
went back up. Now, had she not left and had there not been anybody else up there, I think he would have tried it with her.
Of course.
He would have.
Of
He would've
course.
definitely tried it with her.
I thought that's what was gonna happen. I
Me
thought
too.
they was gonna talk her into doing that.
Because he kept saying you're gonna be pregnant by the time you leave this mountain. And
So
I'm
I
like,
thought, well, maybe he gonna trick her some type of way of, you know, having relations with him, and you know, and then because just imagine that would have happened, and then that would have spoiled all of Akin's plans.
All of it.
and it's your
Think
own
about that.
husband
Yeah.
plotting against you.
Right. Wow.
Got to be more careful,
Got to be.
baby. Consequences and revelations. Eventually, Yejide's longing to bear a child is fulfilled, but not without dire consequences. So true. The narrative takes a heartbreaking turn that reveals secrets, betrayals, and life-altering decisions. Akin's struggle with his own identity and masculinity adds depth to their unfolding drama.
Okay. This is why I feel like he should have told his wife.
Yes.
Because at any point when mother-in-law made any of those remarks,
Yes.
she would have had.
She would have been equipped.
She would have had a weapon equipped with like, well, hold on, you just gave birth to an infertile son,
Yeah.
an inferior child.
Yeah.
So what does that make you?
Right.
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 This is all about your legacy and all about this. Yeah.
And so he did, and so instead of him
And he
did it with
wasn't
his
the
family
favorite child
and telling his
anyway.
mother that instead of him telling his mother that, he rather run game on his wife.
Run game on his wife.
He did.
Right.
He did. That was
Diabolical.
that was too much. Oh, absolutely.
Diabolical. And then for the person that you asked your brother, I understand why he asked to keep it in the family, but you knew your brother liked her.
Right.
But
You
listen,
knew your brother
hold
was
on.
attracted to her. You knew your brother was a gigolo, a Rolling Stone.
A man whore.
Hello. See, with all the wives at the office, all the women on the street, on his street they lived on.
Yeah.
Like you sleeping with your neighbors.
Yeah.
You can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nowhere.
like, no wonder
He was a
can't
gigolo.
keep a job.
He was a gigolo.
I mean, at some point, that should have been his job
Yeah.
Right.
to get
Yeah.
paid
Yeah.
from the Lowly Housewives or whatever.
He was a gigolo.
Because you just laying it out for free, giving out sickle cell traits.
So the next section of the book was The Strain of Love and Loss, and it says, as Yejide becomes a mother, the emotional and physical toll on both her and Akin escalates. The fragile state of their relationship is tested with each new revelation. Their struggles and failures echo wilder culture and social expectations that govern their lives.
Man, let me tell you something. I I felt really bad for yesterday.
Yeah, like
because these family meetings that they were having, what's that, every week?
right.
Every Sunday,
Right.
where she's kneeling the entire time.
Yes.
So they could be there for 5 hours talking.
Right.
And she's
having
kneeling.
A family discussion, and she is on her knees the
entire time.
Question. I've seen it on videos and weddings and things like that. I've seen on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that where the bride is also kneeling. If somebody could come in and let us know if that is true, how long, in reality that the person is kneeling. Is this a true thing? For how long?
Yeah.
So somebody please come in and let us know.
Because we would love to know.
We're, especially me, I love different cultures.
Me too.
Yes.
Learning about different cultures. I would love to experience and see a Nigerian wedding.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so I've actually been to a Nigerian wedding, and the wedding lasts about 12 hours. Like, we got there at like 12 in the afternoon, and when
Don't
I
they have
left,
like several weddings though?
Yes, they have several weddings, but this was the main wedding, and when I tell you, let's talk about the wedding. Let's talk about the processional. So the processional itself was 2 hours, and that's just the wedding party walking in. So first comes the mother of the bride, and she has her party. So that's all her friends and all her people. Then the dad of the bride does it. Then the groom's parents do it. Then the bridesmaids come in. The very last one to come in is the bride. And the wedding I went to, I was like, she's so tired. Because it was 2 hours in, and she finally gets to walk into her wedding. Wow. And I mean, I tell you, we got there at 12 in the afternoon, and I left at 10 p.m., and they were still going. And groups of people were still coming in. So it's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
It's big. And
Let
they
me
have
ask y'all
the different
a question.
outfits. Right, because I was like, I don't know how y'all do this.
Look, I need a nap.
Anybody or any culture, it's just me personally. I need a nap.
Let me ask y'all a question. So a lot of times when I look at, and I am proud to be Black. I am truly proud to be Black. I am truly proud to live in the United States of freedom, quote unquote freedom.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, but anyway, do y'all think us now, could we, sometimes I feel cheated that we didn't get to experience our true culture.
Right. Especially after reading this book, like I would have liked to grow up in that,
Yes.
Would have been amazing.
I watch a lot of like African comedians and stuff like that, and I just be like, girl, your parents do that for real. Like the similarities are cute and they're honest, but like I feel what you're saying.
We were robbed.
I feel like
we robbed of the
robbed, and I didn't get to experience the full cultural heritage
of our ancestors,
of wearing those beautiful fabrics.
Our lineage. We was robbed of that.
We got white.
That was stolen from us.
Yeah. As we came over here, expecting to have the better life, we lost our culture. We lost traditions. Yeah.
So that's one of the things I enjoyed about this book. It kind of it lets you experience just by reading what could have been, and to see how. Now hold on. Now some of the other things I don't know. I don't know if I could. Like I said, I like going and using my microwave and my refrigerator, and my stove and all that, because when I think about the times when, like we had mentioned earlier, when they were going through the different presidencies and things like that, and hey, when somebody
democracy was just happening for them over there.
Yes, I'm gonna take you out because I want your spot. Bang, 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 and then next thing you know, they listen to the transitional radios because while they trying to see who's gonna come banging on their door, what's gonna happen, who's next in charge. I don't know if I could have did all that. Nah, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different situation.
Letters like, we coming tomorrow. Give us your thing.
Yeah, we need $200. We're gonna come every month to collect $200 because this is what you need to pay for your protection or whatever. They was
and if you don't pay it,
Yeah.
we gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
And then to find out the police who are supposed to protect you in on it.
Yes. So I don't know. Some things I don't know. I could have did. You know, I appreciate it, but I do feel like I would like to experience. So that's why I be wanting to go to those restaurants and things like that and different activities. So,
Right.
baby, can you imagine how it would have been if I would have went to that Nigerian wedding with you?
Oh my god.
I would have been beside my.
And I've been trying to get back to one ever since. Like it was
Baby,
amazing.
I would have been beside myself. I'm talking about jigging with them.
Me too, baby. I was there as the groups came in. I'm like, yeah, because each group. So they pick one other thing about the wedding. So they pick one fabric, and then each group takes a piece of that fabric and build on it. So it was this beautiful blue fabric, and then it was the blue and the gold. And each person in the fabric had a different design dress. Like
Wow.
she had this shoulder, this one had feathers, and this. I mean, and then they had a lady set up like. They had a lady set up who was doing head wraps. I went over there, got a head wrap. I didn't go to the wedding in the head wrap, but I left with one. It was great.
You remember when my mama friend, we had a birthday party for her?
Yes.
And her husband came up there. So we singing happy birthday to my mom, right? We just singing happy birthday to her. And once we finished with the happy birthday or whatever like that but then we started doing the happy birthday. You know, y'all know how we switched the versions.
The Stevie Wonder version.
Baby, that man came out of nowhere. He was just making it rain on my mom. I'm like, wait a minute, my mom not a stripper. What you doing?
That's in their culture.
But that's their culture.
In their culture,
He
at
was
weddings and everything, they throw money
He was just
at
throwing
you.
money, you know. And I'm like, keep throwing,
Keep throwing. We
go
need
ahead, you know. So
Throw it.
yes.
Last section of the book that we want to talk about was the emotional complexities and the heartbreak. So Stay With Me ultimately serves as a haunting exploration of identity, love, and the sacrifices entangled with hope. As traditions clash with modern vulnerabilities, Yejide and Akin's lives spiral into unexpected paths with painful realizations. The depth of their devotion is often overshadowed by society's expectations, leaving readers questioning how much one can endure for love.
Right. Because that was a lot, you know. Because when he was away on a business trip, she was at home dealing with the sick. At this point, it was son. Is that how you pronounce it? The second child, first boy. She was at home dealing with because he was having his a sickle cell crisis. So let's talk about that because we talked about a lot of things about this here sickle cell situation. So I learned that I have the sickle cell trait because I learned it with Travis. You know, Travis had sickle cell trait. You know, and back then, you know, that's why they used to have. Before marriages, you had to take a blood test or whatever. Right. So this here type of situation would happen. What I don't get is they had that first baby, Olamide. They had her. Okay, so now the doctor explains the mom and the dad both gotta be carriers. They both gotta have the trait, and you clearly, sir, you do not.
Yes.
You know, and so, but he don't stop. The babies keep coming. Right. The first baby died.
Well, technically, they didn't know because the first baby, Olamide, only lived 6 months. So
she had sickle cell.
But they technically didn't. They just called it crib death because they didn't. It wasn't said that it was
true
sickle cell until because he lived a minute. He was almost 4 or 5 when he passed. So yeah.
Okay. They had to say, okay, I get it.
So
the third one.
Right.
You bring another baby in here?
Right.
To be in pain, go through this crisis?
At this point, it's time to pivot the plan.
Exactly.
We done lost one baby because both of y'all got the sickle cell trait. Y'all made a baby together, and the baby has sickle cell. And now the baby is dead because of the sickle cell.
Yes.
But we're going to do it again.
Again.
Third time's a charm. We're going to make a baby with both of us still having the sickle cell trait.
I mean, you should have aborted that, Akin. Aborted it. But at this point, Datun and Yejide, they was enjoying that. Yeah. Because number one, she was enjoying it because she had never felt the pleasure that she was getting from Datun. Because she wasn't getting that type of pleasure with Akin. Due to his medical condition. Right. You know, he wasn't pleasing in that factor. So, baby, Datun was...
And because Akin was her first, she never knew until Datun. that was even.
That she wanted her back broke.
Right.
Yep.
Break my back because it hadn't got broken since before.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry. But I'm just saying.
Like, she hated him. She honestly hated him, but she loved what he did to her.
Exactly. Exactly.
He was like, I can't stand him. I can't.
Couldn't stand him.
But come on.
He liked her.
Yeah. He loved her.
Oh, he loved her.
He did. He loved her. You know, but because, you know, he first of all, he went, it was an assignment. But an assignment, it was an assignment he was glad to take on. Oh, you want me to go in there and do it? But see, he wants to back out of doing it, though.
Right.
The first time, he didn't want to, I can't do this. This is my brother.
This is my brother's
You know, I
wife.
can't do this. You know, this is my friend, you know, because they did have a true relationship. They were friends.
Right. That was his
Brothers,
best friend.
you know, yes. And he didn't want to do that to his brother's wife. But he liked her, and the brother needed her to do it.
How do you feel about the book? Let's start with you, because we know you all your opinion usually is different from ours.
Yeah.
I love this book. My first international. I don't know if it was my first because we read the other book, the Kite Runner.
No, but we also read that one book, Honey and Soul. Honey. That was
Honey and Spice.
Honey and Spice.
Honey and Spice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, honey.
Honey.
Right. It was honey and something, but that was a good book too. But that was international.
We'll pick up on that later.
Right.
Yes, I absolutely love this book. It is definitely one of my top books for the year. It's teeter-tottering between maybe book 2 or 3, because you all know who was book 1.
We know.
Yeah,
So
You know.
it's teeter-tottering
Did
between
you go
book
back
2
and
or
read your book?
I
About the
read that book.
ending?
I always read that book.
Because you said she didn't go out there to try to do that.
She did. But anyway, I love this book. I love every single character in the book, including Mumi. You know, Muami.
Every time they said it in the book, it's Muami.
I love
That's why
every
I had to
character
figure
in the
the
book.
fact that they were saying it like that,
I loved it.
sped up.
I loved it. Every time she said it, I bust out laughing. And I loved Muami.
My favorite part of this book was the Iroko tree. I love that story.
I did too.
I loved
all the little stories.
I did like all
Yes.
those stories.
So
Yeah.
this book is either 2 or 3 for me for the year.
Okay.
Right.
And what about you, Katie?
I will say the same. This is one of the top picks. Like, I've read over 30 books this year, and I will tell you.
Congratulations.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But I have read over about 30, a little over 30 books, but this is in the top 5.
Okay.
Literally top 5. And like I said, it was an easy, quick read, but it kept you captivated inside the book. Like,
Yes.
I know we had issues with Akin, but I still loved him because of his love for her. Yejide.
He loved her
We can
unconditionally.
say he messed up in communication, but
Yes.
we cannot say that he did not love his wife.
He loved
You
his
know.
wife because at the end of this book,
Yes.
he still wanted this woman.
Yeah, he was like, even if you have to sleep with somebody else, that's cool.
Come
Just
back
come
to
back
me.
to me, and you can sleep with whoever, and we'll deal with it.
baby.
That's how much he loved his
He
wife.
was.
And he,
That was a.
been in communication from the beginning.
He was,
Exactly.
but that was
He
called.
was never
I
lost
saw
him.
that as being truly madly in love.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I
we
know
knew
somebody
that.
else madly in
He
love.
left old girl.
I
he
think
left old
I think my
girl.
husband is madly.
Yeah.
For that thing.
Yeah.
For that nomad daughter.
Right. That nomad daughter who ain't got no lineage.
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
He was like, it's okay. You don't have to have lineage. We're going to make one.
Yes.
He didn't even
Yes.
check to see if old girl got back home. He was like, do you need a ride?
Come see my father.
I hollered at that point.
That boy
It was
said,
good.
"Do you need a ride home?
Yeah, it
Don't
was
worry
good.
about her."
And what about you?
I like this book. I really do like this book. The only thing, my only gripe about the book is the lack of unity.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
among the women.
The women.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was so disappointed in that. And I was just like, man, we always talk about unity this and unity that, and women need to have each other's back and stuff like that. And
Again, I
in this
wonder, is that a
book,
cultural thing? Because it's
No.
like big eyes, little you.
I don't even think it's a culture thing
I don't
because
even think it's a culture thing.
we-
because not even the women in the salon had
Right,
her back.
right, correct.
The women that worked with her didn't even have her
no.
back.
Right.
And who was her best friend?
Well,
What friends did she have besides
she
the
did.
woman?
She
got the one
did. She
friend. What's her
had
name?
Ayobolo.
Ayobolo.
That was her.
But even Ayobolo
shop
talked crazy
companion
to her.
friend.
Yeah, but even Ayobolo talked crazy to her.
Because she had her back. She had her back when, at the end, when she had went away.
Yeah.
When she covered for her. So Ayobolo, she was a little off the rocker, but she
a lot.
Baby, because you remember the scene when they all had that meeting at her house?
Yes.
Neighborhood watch meeting.
House clean. House immaculate.
Like, what the heck?
We didn't expect your house to look like
Yes,
this.
house was immaculate.
Yes.
Yes.
Said it like, girl, your house clean. What the kids?
Because
that's
the way I pictured her, just a big
old,
gruff
right.
wolf with no shoes on, just a gruff woman. But then her house was immaculate. They were surprised.
And how many daughters did she have?
Oh,
Was it 5?
and then they were cute.
Yeah.
They were cute because one of them told her, she got mad when they told her, oh, she coming of age and she's a looker too. Because she was saying she was going to be a doctor.
Right.
And she was like, you think she going to be a doctor? Now somebody going to have her. That's going to, they going
Right.
to wipe her.
Soldiers come in.
Yes.
And see
Yes. So
like,
they tell me they were good
You
looking.
going to see what they going to see in
So
a second.
yeah.
So,
But I like her though. She was one of my fun characters I like.
Who was your favorite, Katie?
So it's a toss-up between Yejide and Akin.
Okay.
Yejide because, like I said, sis was in a struggle her entire life,
Yeah.
the entire book.
She needed a cozy moment.
She needed a cozy moment. And I feel like she needed someone to honestly have her back. Mm-hmm. And I don't think she ever got that. Mm-hmm. Like, Akin tried, but because of his lack of communication, it was moments where he could have stood up to his family. Mm-hmm. And when he did stand up to her, it was too late. She was already gone.
Mm-hmm. She had already checked out.
Yeah, she had already checked out. And because when he called her to talk about Rotimi having an attack,
yes.
she was checked out.
Yeah.
So that she didn't even check.
Her last thought of her daughter was, I have lost another child. Because the child was, because number one, the shooting was going on. They was in between another fight, whatever, with the government there. And then the last vision that she had of her daughter was limp. In his arms,
and she couldn't go through that.
And that was it. I can't go through another day.
The third time.
Would be the fourth. No, that would be
the fourth, right?
Because she had I wouldn't say imaginary pregnancy.
Yes.
What's the medical
I was supposed to go look up.
It.
Yes, I was supposed to go look that up, but so that in
so
her mind, because her belly had swollen up and everything.
Her breasts were tender.
Yes, she had a belly.
She had all
Phantom pregnancy. That's what it's called.
It's an actual medical term.
Yeah.
Used in the book.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot what they called it.
But think about going through.
Come on, note taker. You didn't write that down.
Right, but think about going through.
My situation
phantom
today.
Pregnancy. like what does that do to one's?
Months.
Yeah, and what does that do to someone's psyche, their brain?
And Fumi kept messing with her about when this baby gonna be due.
When you gonna have the baby?
Yeah, we didn't talk about. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, baby. When Fumi first of all, when they found out that Fumi is unalived in this book, the second wife, and when they announced it, I was like, Fumi fell down the stairs.
That's what I said.
What? And I said, somebody didn't push that baby down the stairs.
Soon as so I'm reading the book, right? As soon as they said Fumi fell down the stairs, what did I do? Call you. Yep. I say, Fumi ain't fall.
Yep.
Fumi ain't fall. I don't know what happened to her, but Fumi ain't fall. And then a couple of steps later, I was like,
yesterday because she found her.
Right.
She was like, I'm just getting up.
Yeah.
With my baby.
With her baby tied on her, and
I come out the room and she screamed.
Yeah. And woke everybody else up in the house.
Let's talk about that scene. Because she never explained this scene. What did mommy say?
What did she say?
Wake up. This can't be.
Oh, yeah.
I owe.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a O.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a O.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm like, what you mean you a O?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
So what?
They never went into details.
Yeah.
About
I think it's
it.
another culture thing where they paid for something because she probably
the bride price. That's a culture thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have to pay the bride's family lots of money before even the wedding take place.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So whatever your dad sets your price at.
So her mom still had to pay that, dead or not.
Right.
She ain't.
Dowry, yes, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
Right.
dead or not, she had to, I gotta pay this or whatever like that. But I didn't first initially I didn't feel like someone had intentionally unalived her.
I did.
You did? I
did.
didn't think that,
Soon
and
as
I
it
was
said-
like,
Soon as it
maybe.
said, and Phoebe fell down the stairs, I said, no, she didn't. No, she didn't.
But I can get it. He did not intentionally do it because the way they said it is if he intentionally did it. He did not. She was coming at him and he
on his shirt.
Yes.
And he just
And she
He
started
tried to get off him like,
started
"Let's get off
talking
me."
loud. She started
And
talking very loudly.
little sis
And he
tumbled down the
reached, he
stairs.
reached to put his hand over her mouth and she fell back because while they both were drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
And
right.
she fell back. Yeah, that's
And
that
she
was
was
a
talking-
accident.
And she was
Yes.
talking reckless. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yes.
'Cause because me and you both know it ain't you.
Yeah.
Right.
How did
Talking
the limp-
reckless.
What did she say? How did a limp
Yeah.
Yes.
get her pregnant?
Yes.
Cause he never. First of all, his man never.
Yes, he
stood
did.
at
It was bad.
attention.
It was never. Yeah, he
It
he
never-
he,
Man
he had
never
ED
stood
really bad.
At attention. But you gotta be blessed if your man never stood at attention and still able to break somebody's virginity.
Right. Basically.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
something, and being that he was a man and he knew he couldn't pleasure his wife like that. So that's why I also take sympathy on him as
Right,
well because
right.
it was here,
But
and I
he
can't
knew
please
this
her.
growing up.
He did, but he didn't want that. He was going to the doctors to try to get help
Yeah,
with it
he
and
was
everything.
going.
And I
So I
understand
truly
that, and I
sympathize with
understand
him
I
with
do
that.
too.
But
I really do.
The culture that you live in, you know good and well that pressure is gonna be on your wife.
Yeah, and it was
Right.
on her.
It was
and
on
he,
her.
And
You sitting up here lying to the doctors in front of your wife and then going behind her back to see
that's
what
why
other
he
doctors-
went to do what he could do
On those
without exposing himself. But I still did love her. Let me still cover her. So let me still protect her. So let me go up here and make up this
You
crazy
should've protected
scheme.
her at them family meetings.
Right.
He should have. No, you can't do that. They're not in them cultures. You better be
That's a
quiet.
family meeting.
You better be quiet.
Yejide, I love you, girl, but you on your own. You on your own.
And that's how he left her.
I mean,
on,
yo.
on her own.
He did it.
Exactly.
Married
Exactly.
somebody, brought her in.
Okay. So,
Who was your favorite, Dion?
I told y'all. And she had no substance in her. But I liked her
Ayobami.
care. Yes. I liked her care because number one, I like Akin and I like Yejide. And I did not want to choose between those two.
Okay.
And if I have to choose between those two, I'm gonna go with Akin. Because he loved his wife unconditionally.
Right.
He loved her.
He did.
Though he made a terrible mistake, he loved his wife unconditionally.
Right.
But as far as character-wise, to give me a little laughter, give me a little chuckle, that's that Ayobolo. Baby, Ayobolo, I was here for everything she said.
I'm trying to think that I have.
And what about you?
I don't think I had a favorite.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like that tree, the Iroko tree. I love that story. I love the Iroko tree too. The Iroko tree still on business.
And let's give an honorable mention to Rotimi.
Yes.
That last child,
Yes, the last child.
she...
Now that I did appreciate. He did not hide. You told your daughter why her mama left,
Yeah.
but you couldn't tell your
The
The
wife.
wife.
Maybe he realized,
It was
I lost my
a
wife
masculine
over
thing.
this. But at the end of the day, he said, I lost my wife over this.
Yes.
It's time for me to tell the truth. It's
Yeah.
time for me
And
to-
he had
you
so
know.
many-
Because at this
He
point,
had
I just want her
so
back.
many
I need her to breathe. It was like I can't breathe without her.
But
Right.
even when he was going over the situations in his head at the end of the book, he was like, I should have told her.
Yeah.
When she asked him directly.
I should have
Yeah.
told her. Because he
Yeah.
never, she laid it out for him, like, this is what it is, huh? And he still never said
But
yes or
because
no.
imagine how when she found out. So they both sit on the side of the bed. She got the baby. Deltoon come into the room and he thinking she know because why Aiken told him I'm gonna tell her. And then so he go in there because now he got to get the weight off his shoulders.
Right.
And this, hey,
But
let me
she
confide in
found out from the
her.
doctor.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
sickle cell doctor, the whole sickle cell thing. She was like, hold on. And then the brother
Comes
Kills her
in.
Yeah, because remember she had found out that her second child had sickle cell.
Yeah.
She breaks down.
Yeah.
Because she was like, here we go again.
Right.
I'm about to lose a third.
A third child. Like,
Yep. And she checked out because
Yeah.
I can't go through this
but
again.
my heart was breaking when I thought Rotimi was going to.
Yeah,
I was
thought
like,
Rotimi too.
I was at the point like I can't go through it either.
Yeah, you
yesterday.
called me talking about, I can't do this. I can't do
You
this.
know
with her.
what? Rotimi is my favorite character because she never held that against her mother.
Never did.
She said, "I understand, but I'm not my previous sibling."
Right.
And what she said when she was talking about, she said, "Hey, yo, Moami," and she was like,
And
she was like, I never called her that.
No.
Because I
did.
had a Moami and that was you.
Yeah.
So I was waiting on you to
Yes.
come back. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
This book poured on all the heartstrings.
All of them.
did.
I was like,
And for Yejide to experience how she was like, dang.
right.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good book.
Yeah.
Okay, so to relate this to reality, what are some takeaways that you could from the book where you can relate it back to us or life?
I know my husband ain't bringing home another wife.
I know that. Absolutely not.
I know that much.
And I can understand. Like I said, I understand why he did what he did because
Right.
he loved her.
I can
Though
understand.
it was a poor choice, I understand.
Right.
I can
you know.
understand. But it,
Yeah, I get it. Like I got it.
to
And
have your
and
brother-
then
to
what?
not even think that through though.
Right.
No, he didn't. I'm desperate.
Right.
I'm desperate. I need to save
I
her.
love this woman so much.
I'm losing
and the
her.
one thing I need to do is give her a baby.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do what I need to do.
I'm losing. He
I
watching
know
her
I
slip
can't
away
do it.
mentally. He was losing her, you know, and he needed to. I need to do what I can to save my wife.
Yeah, I can't do it. So I'm gonna do what I need to do it for her.
Yeah.
You know?
What made me angry though with her, as far as because I can reality, is that I don't know. I was like, I've always been alone. I've never had anybody. You know, I had my babies and whatever like that. But you had your husband too.
But
She had a husband.
But he was.
He
going
made
on
a
trips.
terrible mistake. He was going on them trips to fix his
But how
talawalka.
would she know
He
that?
because
He didn't
because
tell him.
he did communicate, but he loved her, and the things that he did was for
But
her.
think about when she was going through that depression.
Right.
He's still traveling.
Why? Where was he going, Pootie?
Yes, he was, but he only made her see a psychiatrist
Right.
after it had hit the 10-month mark. But before that, he was just letting her play out her own little delulu by herself.
He was. And he kind of was rude at some point.
He was.
He
He was.
Because
He was. He did get a little. He did get a
He's
little.
not pregnant.
He did get a little. He did. He did. He did get a little funky with
at that
her.
moment, then he should have had that conversation. Because you see that she is that distraught. You see she is that depressed. She done came up with this phantom pregnancy. You should have sat your wife down then and said, okay, look, I understand that you're going through this. This is why.
Right.
Because she shouldered that burden by herself.
She did.
She did.
He
She
shouldered
did.
the burden secretly, but it was all publicly on her.
It was.
And the public burden was way more than the private burden.
Because
Right.
she had to go out into the public with the
She-
second
yes.
wife and everything, and still no
Exactly.
baby, and
You
yeah,
got
Right.
this
it was just a lot.
all
She had to
up
take it from
in
his
my-
mama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You got this.
And that was the most
all
heartbreaking
up in
one
my-
too, as well, because while she loved her as a mother. I got a mother figure, and then for her to just to flip the script, like, oh, you can't give me a baby? Oh, okay, this is
When
what I'm
she
putting.
went to
Right.
that
Yeah,
house
yeah,
Right, right.
and the
Yeah.
mother up, Mommy, what you want?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes,
Right.
yes, that was
You can't do
hard.
nothing for me or this family, and it wasn't even her. So that's why I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I get it.
Akin is not my favorite. I can't do it.
Uh-huh. Ayobolo is mine. That one was a mess.
Okay. So the overall public review. So, you know, guys, we are a fan of Goodreads, and so I have gotten accustomed to, even before I will start a book, I'm gonna look at the rating.
Yeah.
On Goodreads, anything over 3.8 is good.
Yeah.
So Goodreads voted this book a 4.6. So I was just like 4.06. So I was like, oh, it's pretty high. It's pretty high. But Goodreads Choice Award nominees. It was a Goodreads Choice Award nominee for Reader's Favorite Debut. In 2017, This is a celebrated, unforgettable first novel shortlisted for prestigious women prize for fiction and set in Nigeria. Gives voice to both husband and wife, and they tell the story of their marriage and the forces that threaten to tear them apart. So
now that is the only thing I didn't like about the Audible, because when it switched to Akin, first of all, I wasn't expecting it, and then second, it was the same voice.
Yeah.
So I was like,
yeah, we should have had a man voice read the book.
yeah, we should have had a man voice to tell when the switch happened.
Yeah.
Audible. Because if I'm not reading it, I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't say like Akin.
Well, Audible, I didn't listen to this book.
It was just like chapter 3, and they just started reading. Like, I don't know who point of view this is.
Right.
So you just kind of had to figure it out. Like, oh, it's Akin again.
Yeah.
Well, see, that was the privilege. I didn't get it because I was page turning.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but I have read other books that happened.
Right. I started just listening, but toward the middle, my book actually came in because I ordered it, and I would read together. So that's how I learned how to pronounce the names and get an understanding for a lot more. Okay. So, yeah. So, favorite time. It's a movie.
Yes.
Who are going to play the characters? Let's go.
I don't know names. I just know faces.
Akin, they really didn't give us an age.
They were in their 30s.
They were in their 30s, yeah.
Early 30s though. They were young.
Because their marriage started
pretty early.
Yeah, they was in their early 30s.
They get a divorce. They never said they got a
No,
divorce.
she just left.
She just left
and came back. Okay.
Yeah.
So
she was gone for 10 years.
So the return puts them in their 40s now.
Right. When it comes back, they're in their 40s.
I don't know. I didn't really picture them like that except for
all of them got chocolate.
Yeah. Chocolate.
And I picture with her short hair.
She did cut her hair. Because because remember nobody in salon wanted to do it. And she went home and Akin said, was like, how short she wanted? She said bald.
Yeah, she cut it bald. Yeah, and I was like, you go girl, because you know, I do a shortcut quick.
Well, her reasons were more therapeutic.
Different,
right.
Than anything else.
Mine's be therapeutic.
I don't know. Let's see. Akin.
Do it really.
I don't really have names or faces to give them. I just don't. I know, when I watch our different Nollywoods or whatever like that, I don't know the actors' names. But, so that's why I didn't really dig too much into this one. While you guys are thinking about that, let's do the quotes, because we didn't do the quotes.
We did not. Go ahead.
So quotes that I absolutely love in books. If the burden is too much and stays too long, even love bends, cracks, comes close to breaking, and sometimes does break. But when it's in 1,000 pieces around your feet, that doesn't mean it's no longer love.
Right. That's deep. Right.
Yes. Yes. It just stirred all up in me.
Correct.
Sometimes I think we have children because we want to leave behind someone who can explain who we were to the world when we are gone. I like that. I seen a book on TikTok. It's like if you're a mother or you have your mom still living, won't you just go ahead and get this book so you can fill it out? So because you might find out some things that you never knew about your mother.
Right.
And so,
I bought my mom one. She won't fill it out though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought her one. I keep asking her. No.
All right.
He should be Datun.
So love is like a test, but in what sense? To what end?
M-Y-Z-A.
Who was carrying out the test?
Right.
But I think I did believe that love had immense power to unearth all that was good in us, refine us, and reveal to us the better versions of ourselves. And that's how I see Akin.
Yeah. Okay.
I love this book.
So what you think about him for being Datun? I see him as a Datun.
Which one? Him? Oh yeah, I see him. And who Akin? Akin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see it. He's played on a lot.
A lot.
He played on
I think he's handsome.
Yeah, very handsome.
He played on Get Out.
He did.
Let me see. Who did y'all pick for?
Yejide?
His name is Daniel Kaluuya.
Okay. Yeah, that's him.
Sorry, Daniel, if I mispronounced that last name.
Sorry if we pronounce any of the characters' names.
And trust and believe, once again, we discussing this book. We don't want to ever feel like we have offended anyone. We don't know the true culture. We don't know. We was just reading.
Right.
And I want to believe that the writer put it things, and that was just that was true.
Ooh, what do we got Lupe for?
I was just looking at Lupe for Yejide.
I like her.
Is it Lupe?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Lupita. It's Lupita. I'm sorry. And then
Fumi.
now Fumi.
Fumi.
Fumi got she's slightly light skinned.
And
Right.
yes, and she had red lipstick.
Red lipstick.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say she's cute.
She's she was somewhat cute.
Mm-hmm. That's why she was.
She's a really known Nigerian actress.
Ooh, what's her name?
What is her name? But I've seen her in many things.
Because I would have picked her. What was she in? Oh, she was in that show, The Bear.
Okay, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
I like her.
Her name is Dando. She's played. Maybe
What's
she
her
played in How to Ruin Christmas.
Oh yeah,
She's
I like
the
her.
sister.
That's Fumi.
Girl could be
Yeah,
Rotini.
Fumi.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's her name?
Dando.
Spell that.
Thando. But yeah, she's the sister in How to Ruin Christmas.
What's her last name?
Dando.
Tibet?
Tibet.
No. What's this girl name? Let me see. The Bear. Because she could be Rotini. Ayo.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Adibiri?
Maybe.
Let's go with it.
Her picture will be up there for those who are watching.
Yeah. We'll post their pictures for you guys.
And for those who are listening, her name is Ayo Edebiri. She plays in The Bear. She's the lead.
Oh yeah.
The young female lead.
I like
that he hires
her.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. Who else we got? Maomi. Which the mother-in-law? She had a nasty attitude.
Nice nasty, because in your face,
Yeah, she had
She
like
was-
a nice nasty.
you know, she acted one way, but then
Yeah.
behind your back, something totally different. Well, you guys let us know if you agree with our predictions or if you see someone else to play these roles. After you read the book, we would love to hear your comments, your everything you like to.
And let us know if you guys read the book or plan on reading the book, because it is really a good book.
Felicia Rashad. That lady who played Anvil, the first one.
The dark one?
What is her name?
Yeah, that's a mommy.
Yeah, cause she can play that.
Vivi, Janet Hubert.
Yes, that's what it is. I know it.
Yeah.
And is that everybody? Are we gonna name the kids?
No. We got
Just
Rotimi because
since
she's
the only
the,
one
yeah.
that died.
Right.
Right. The rest, no.
And who? Dontoon, Miza.
His name is Miza.
Miza.
He's a very known Nigerian actor. He plays in a lot of Nollywoods.
Akin, Daniel, Kalula, Yejide, Lupita,
You want to go?
Naomi, Janet Hubert, Fumi, Fanta,
Tabet.
Tabeth. Dontoon is Miza.
We'll
He's
figure
a
out his last
Nigerian
name.
actor. And then Rotimi is Ayo Edebayo.
Okay.
So, I think that's it.
This wraps up another great read, another great discussion.
Yes, please go read this book because
You're going to have all the feels.
All the
you will
feels.
have
All
the
the
feels.
feels. And we try not to give you too much because we do want you to go and read the
But we
book.
did give you a lot.
Yeah, so
We
that's
gave you
still
a
a
lot
lot.
for you
There's
to
still
go
a
and
lot.
get the book and
For
read
it
the
to
book.
be a short read, it's still a lot that goes on in this book. The small details, the time period, because
The stories that was told in
it's
the
a
book.
lot of
It's deep.
unknown for the country itself.
Right,
Yes.
right.
So
You will learn what they went through.
Yeah,
with,
you're still
with the
going
different
through
battles
that. It's
and
almost
things.
like the kite runner where they had to flee, but in this
Yes.
situation,
They didn't flee.
thought
They
they
had to.
would have to
Yeah.
flee, but they
But
didn't.
they didn't.
So it's very similar to those. If you've ever read the Kite Runner, is it called the Kite Runner?
It is.
Yeah, the Kite Runner, which was
Which is
set
another
in
one of
what,
my favorites.
Afghan or Afghanistan or something like, or
Afghanistan.
Pakistan. Was it
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Okay, yeah. So yes, with this right here, let me tell you something.
This was in Nigeria.
If
this
you
book.
think you're going through a lot with your man or woman and family,
Or if you think you didn't know that with your in-laws, you're not.
You're not.
yeah, just
I love my in-laws, plug.
I love my in-laws.
I don't have any.
Not
You
yet.
will.
Not yet. It's coming. You and my other bestie. It's coming. I'm praying real hard for something.
All
Either
right.
wah or
Yes.
most likely a baby. 'Cause
Yes.
This factory over here closed. I mean, we all want a lot of things, but the Lord,
The Lord is gonna. He
the Lord
orchestrates it
gonna
all.
say, you
He
know what?
orchestrates it all.
He does.
Yeah, he orchestrates it all. And then this one, what's this based on a true story?
I like the fact that
I don't know.
no, it
No, I
did
think
not
it's-
say no. I like the fact that she did seek the Lord at times, so she had enough mentally to go and especially when she put the cross on the baby. But anyway, that's diving into the book again.
That was my favorite part.
Yes,
Right.
to put the
When
necklace on the
Rosini
baby.
had the necklace
Yes.
on, and
Yes.
she was just. You still got it.
This was an amazing book.
It was an amazing book.
It's still so much in
I
the book.
really wish it was a part 2 because
Yes.
it left on a cliffhanger.
Right.
It did.
Are they gonna get back
It
together?
did.
What's
And
gonna happen?
we need Miss
Right.
Ayobami. We need you to be writing
Yeah.
part 2.
Because
Part two.
I need to know what happened to Teeny. I need to know how that relationship developed. Did it develop? Like, what happened? Did she move back home?
Right.
Like, what the case was? Why? I mean, they kind of explained why neither party reached out to the other. Because Rotini, she wrote a lot of letters.
She did.
Yesterday, she picked up the phone a few times or had her bags packed. And I mean, even
And just
Rotini
didn't return.
and Akin, they bought plane tickets and never got.
They
even
never
went to the
act
airport
on it. They
and
didn't
never
act on
got
it.
on the plane.
They
It was
did,
like,
right.
we're just gonna change.
Yeah. It's all in time, and it wasn't time.
Right.
It wasn't
Was
time
not
for any of this to
time.
happen, and when it became time. Unfortunately, during the death of his dad, all those other times they tried, it wasn't time yet.
Yeah. This
And
was
that someone probably needed some healing, some growth. You know.
Yeah, but I felt like had he called her or when they found her the first time, and he just would have said, "You do know she's still alive."
Right. Because she didn't know.
She did not.
She
know.
did not know.
She did not know. And that was another thing. Akin, you know why she left. She just could not handle another bear. She didn't even get to. And that was another thing. So, okay, this is my only question. Because the parents were not allowed to go to the burial of their children.
Right. That's a good question.
That is my only question for our listeners. I would need someone to I mean, they kind of explained it in the book about, bad spirits and stuff like that. But I would like to know the full history
Of that.
on that.
The
Because they're
details.
allowed to go to older.
But not
family
younger.
members, but not younger, not children. Like,
Children,
at
yeah.
what age
Do they start to go?
Yeah, do you are that you're allowed to go to the burial, especially for your kids? Because remember, the only reason why she went to the funeral is to know where her kids were buried.
Right.
She wanted to know where all 3 of her children were buried.
Right.
And so when she sees Rotini and she's like, "Wait a minute, who this little girl is that look? They got my face."
Yes.
So
Yes.
that was a revelation.
That had to be
itself.
mind blowing too.
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
Well, the book was good.
Yeah.
It really was.
very
We
good.
enjoyed it.
Very, very good. That, and then I would love to see what that conversation was at the family meeting that she wasn't there at.
Right.
I would love to see how that family
So we
meeting-
need a part 2.
Yes.
Please and thank you.
Please. Because the mother is still alive. Yeah. Mommy is still alive. So I would like to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Mommy had a lot to say throughout this entire book.
She did.
So, and why you didn't say nothing at the funeral? Because it seemed like nobody in the community knew who she was.
Right. Right.
So are you saying that nobody
been
from
gone
that
so
time,
long.
nobody from that time period is still alive? None of the people that worked for you at the salon, your somewhat friend that took you to the hospital in that
Right.
death trap. So yeah, that is my only question. But other than that, this was a great read.
Great read.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys joining us
Yes.
For another book.
for another book.
I want to thank you, ladies. No, darlings.
Aww.
I truly enjoy discussing our books.
I
I do. I
do
love
too.
it. I love it. And I love when I have you guys against me because y'all against me all the time.
And we are.
So, and I stand alone by myself, 10 toes down.
I mean, you
know.
and C, he who should not be
Yes.
named in the
Yes.
Y'all always
Yes.
on the island by
Yes, we
yourself.
are. That's my partner. That's my partner. Cause cause you know, it's just, you know what?
We're gonna have special guests.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we'll
will.
bring some other people in.
We have our stylist
Yes.
watching.
Oh yeah, cause he is critiquing and so
And he's very opinionated.
next time y'all see me, I don't know what I'm gonna be looking like. So and I'm gonna just let him have his way too. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna trust him.
Me and him gonna be clashing.
Like always.
We gonna be having. I'm sure we'll have some different looks
as we move forward.
Yeah, cause I gotta work on my glasses. I was told.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, I do need them to see.
Dang.
But thank you guys for tuning in again.
Thank you so much.
You.
We
And if it
thank
seems
you.
like I'm slow drinking, this is the second one for me.
I finished.
Yeah, this is their first.
I'm working on it.
I know. we gonna get her tolerance up, y'all. Eventually. If she keeps drinking my drinks, it's gonna get there very quickly.
Very quickly.
So the new schedule, guys. Twice a month we will post podcast episodes. We usually record on the first and third of the week of the month.
Yes.
And so we will post the following weeks after that. That way it gives us time to get everything together, the schedule. If it's around the holiday, there will be a gap.
Right. And also, if there's a book that you think we should read and discuss, please drop it below.
Absolutely,
Please let us know.
Yes.
Because we
want book recommendations.
Yes, and we are a group of ladies who will read anything.
Anything.
Like, we don't just stick to one genre. So
Well, not anything. But
most things.
Yeah.
Now, don't come in here with no outlandish things now. We like to read books where we learned something from.
Exactly. Take home. We need to take
Now,
home.
what did we take away?
Right. Like, don't give me no book where I'm going to be like,
Right.
I learned.
And poems. I can't do poems. I can't. I'm sorry.
Like a poem within a story, cool.
Cool. But a book of poems,
I can't.
no.
I'll try.
I did that in college. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm Gucci. So, thank you guys for joining us for episode 3 of Drink This Book podcast. If you have any questions or recommendations, hit us in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe.
Share with your friends.
And I'm looking at the audience members who have not subscribed yet. This one over here.
And I just posted y'all.
The producer ain't subscribed.
The producer ain't subscribed. The stylist, the manager. He's the manager, really.
Right.
Of the film group, the book group.
Of everything.
Everything.
The boss.
The boss.
You're gonna know what he thinks.
Yes.
Yeah. What he think he the boss?
Child, I had unauthorized.
Unauthorized props.
It's back here. I was told I had unauthorized props. So.
He want us to be very professional. We're very laid back.
Yes.
Book group.
I think we can meet in the middle.
We can
We
be in the
will.
middle.
Yeah,
We're gonna get better equipment.
He's gonna be working on our stage and our.
Hopefully he won't take away my graphic tees. I think he will.
I don't know, cause I want to wear my anime shirt.
That blue shirt, the blue sweater you had on last week, Chef's Kiss.
Oh, with the afro on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fit your skin tone. Yeah, fit
I
your
know, I got
skin
it from
tone.
Tarjay.
It was real nice.
Don't
I was like,
sleep
that's
on
a nice.
Tarjay.
That's a nice sweater.
Between Tarjay and Amazani.
I'm a zany.
I would be looking good.
You know what, guys?
And cut.
Cut. Alrighty.